Patience pays off.
Power up the time capsule and stand by to engage controls. Enter the cockpit. Get ready to power up boosters. Launch rocket. Dragon Ball Z time capsule and action figures each sold separately.
What's up, guys? Broke Collector Reviews back here with another video for the first time in over a year, I'd say. But it works out because what a way to start things off with a blast from the past. Well, technically from the future. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I have got it. The reissue Bandai SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Trunks, the boy from the future, reissue. The reissue. This is a reissue of this figure that came out last year that I'm sure everyone knows was plagued, absolutely plagued with QC problems and issues with broken legs and limbs and all that fun crap. And for $80-something price point, that was no. I could not do it. I could not justify it. I waited and I waited and I waited, mainly putting it off just so that like I would eventually be like, fine, and like buy it. But lucky me, Tamashii, realizing they screwed up, decided to re-release this guy and fix all the QC problems, which before that was a thing, this guy was like our most anticipated figure of the year. So, with that being said, and how you know that this is the reissue, it has the smaller circle instead of the bigger Tamashii sticker. So, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. Well, actually, first, let's just look at the box. You know, you've seen Tamashii's, we know, what all to expect with their figures in the boxes at this point. So I've waited long enough. Let's crack this bad boy open and see if he's as good as the reissue has been saying. And here we have him, the boy from the future, Future Trunks. And right out of box, I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, 2 issues that I've had unexpectedly. I wouldn't say they're humongous. Well, one of them's more of a pain in the ass than it is humongous. The strap right here, the bottom one, does not want to stay plugged into the sheath at all. I probably finagled with it for 15 minutes. I'm hoping it's going to stay in place now for the review. The only real other issue I have of note is, and you can't really tell now because I finagled with it for a little bit, but the neck peg, the gap between his neck and his chest plate, was very ugly visible, like very, and I don't know if you can tell, it was just very ugly visible. Huge. It was a lot bigger than it is here. I've seemingly, after, I think the paint might have been stuck in the joint or something, I've seemed to manage to finagle with it enough that like it's looking good now. But yeah, that was annoying. That took me about 5-10 minutes to deal with. And I don't know what it was. Like I can take the head off here. I don't know what it, and the end, everything's gonna fall apart. Fuck. Okay, we're back, and I'm gonna see if it's gonna stay in there. It may not. This thing is a pain in the ass. It's constantly popping out. It's annoying. I just spent like 10 minutes finicking on the couch, trying to get it to stay in. It's probably gonna fall off again, so that's a bummer. Otherwise, though, I mean, he's pretty solid. Like, arm articulation, I don't really have any loose joints. His diaphragm works well. His legs, no looseness. It's going to come off again. This is super annoying. Okay. Just going to leave this off right now. Articulation-wise, I don't have any loose joints. Any issues in the legs. The legs do the splits. Matter of fact, you can do, like, full-on splits if you want. Like Jackie Chan, Jet Li kicks. Other than that, like the articulation's good. I don't have any other QC issues other than those like 2 problems. And the neck, I seem to have fixed that issue altogether. So I'm not too worried about that. But this is annoying. And the other one, it stays in fine. Like, it stays in perfectly fine. It's just this bottom one, for whatever reason, does not want to stay in that peg, and I don't understand. But going over this guy's, since we're on it already, let's get the articulation out the way.
Nice to go fully around, all this, out. Double bend at the elbow, swivel and bend at the wrist. Diaphragm joint, look up, you can look down pretty good. His head is hidden by the jacket, it can't really go back. You can look up some, not really. You can look down pretty damn good. So to the side, pretty good. Double bend in the knee, ankle rockers, toe articulation.
And I mean, you can probably get him some pretty, sick poses, I would think. Okay, he's not going to balance for me on this table, but that's okay. The biggest thing about this guy definitely is the sculpting. I mean, like, come on. The sculpting and the paint on this guy is tremendous, for sure. Base sculpts are perfect, in my opinion. And he does come with multiple. He comes with this stern Trunks face right here. He comes with a couple others. A more serious Trunks, I'm about to cut Frieza into pieces face. Also, no! Face. And a more, I'm that dude. Face. He also comes with a base head with only one expression, but like it serves its purpose as a base Trunks head. I like it. The hair looks good. The bangs on this guy look really good. He also comes with another set of bangs, and I actually like these. We can actually swap these out. Yeah, that's cold. I like that a lot. I like that. These look good. This looks better. This is like first appearance, first going Super Saiyan. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's going to be how I have him posed up for sure. And you know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and swap a face. We'll go with this one. And, Trunks, man, let's be real with ourselves here. The coldest first appearance in all of Dragon Ball. I don't think there's any other character. Oh, yeah. That's the money shot. Right there. I don't think there's any other character in the show whose first appearance... Oh, and it looks like we do have another tiny QC issue, but that's okay. Cap came off, but, that's okay. That's fine.
Everything's fine.
Still, at least with mine, there's still some QC issues. He also does come with, the standard figure arts hands, standard figure arts hands, multiple sets, fists, sword holding hands, all that good stuff. Speaking of his sword, he does come with his sword. I mean, who would Trunks be without his sword? It's literally what made one of the coolest things about him from the series, like that made him so different from everybody else. And you know what? I'm going to take a small break and let's see if we can get this in his hand.
Dragon Ball Z, the saga continues. In a world where evil has descended upon the planet, who will save us? Goku? Vegeta? Trunks? Time to join forces. This could be the final battle. Dragon Ball Z, time capsule and action figures each sold separately.
He looks pretty sick posed up like that. And like... different poses you can get him in with the sword. I can definitely see why, I mean, this figure aesthetically was never the problem. But like here's him posed up with the sword. He holds it very, very well. One of my favorite things about this figure, and it's a low key thing, but it's like the hair. I finally, especially the paleness in the back, the pale blonde, I think, and it comes off even more pale in person than on camera. I think they're finally really starting to nail this Super Saiyan pale blonde hair from the anime. And that's what I want more of in this line, is like less of the more golden blonde and more of the more pale, like Super Saiyan, but like kind of powered down. Not relaxed, but like no key floating around. For size comparisons, we can definitely get one, only one, because I currently only have one other figure arts figure, and that would be Trunks posed up to dear old dad. And I really like the scale of these two because Trunks was taller than Vegeta. I mean, everyone's taller than Vegeta. But still, man, these two look really, really good together, actually. This is my first time putting them in frame with one another. And even though I've got Trunks in I had him in kind of a goofy expression to be in this picture, I mean, these look really good together. I'm not even gonna lie. The anime faces are getting so good with Tamashi, and I mean, they've been good for a while, but like, they are so much better. And I just, man, cannot wait to get the rest of the Z Fighters and Cell and the androids, and honestly, Mecha Frieza to pose up with this guy. But yeah, man, this is scale.
I don't listen to bastards.
And yeah, man, this was the SH Figuarts Boy from the Future, Future Trunks, Super Saiyan. Overall, like, he's a really good figure. Paint is good. Articulation is very, very good. And it even feels good in the hand. Like, messing around with him, like, it never for once feels like something is going to break on him, on the figure itself. And like, that's a plus. And it looks good. Like, it looks good on the shelf. But like, the biggest gripe, like I said, is definitely the sheath not working out. I mean, I'm serious, guys. 45 minutes on and off throughout this review, having to stop and start to like put this back on. So I just said, fuck it. Overall, how many fucks to give does Trunks get? You know what? I'll give him a solid 7.5. 7.5 out of 10 fucks to give for the boy from the future, Trunks. Guys, if you like this video, please subscribe. Feel free to leave a critical comment. Feel free to like, or don't, or tell me I suck in the comments. That works too. This is my first review in a really, really long time. I know I'm a bit rusty, but I'm hoping to do more and get better. And like I said, it sounds like I'm like nagging on this, but I really like this guy. I really like those heads and the bangs and stuff. Like, there are some really good things about him. The faces are nice, and he scales well. Like, I mean, they look really good together. They really do. But the sheath kind of let me down, and then the neck gap too. Yeah, but overall, like, again, it seems like I'm nitpicking this guy, but I'm really not. Like, this is a really good figure, with all the QC issues, like, a better figure than what it originally was. And I like him. I do like him. And I'm sure that I will, as time goes on, like him even more. Especially once I get that sheath fixed. But, yeah, nothing else really to say here. I'm probably going to really like him a lot more when I get a Mecha Frieza to go with him. But yeah, man, this is Trunks. Until the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.